Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, I can hear you now. Hello. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Twitch. Oh yeah. Well, hopefully I haven't changed the settings, so actually let me go. Let me go check real quick. Not again. All right. How did I fix this last time? Oh, damn it, cuz I did not change anything. Thank you, Harley. Oh gosh, let me desktop. Hold on, hold on. Speakers. No, not default. Headphones. It's not me. No. Oh, I hate when this happens because I never
Oh,
change.
that's my fault. That's my fault that she's echoing. Mike, apologies. I don't know if you can hear me on
Oh.
Instagram, but I was listening to the audio on Twitch.
Oh, I hate when that happens because I don't know why the settings get changed every single time. Alert
Because
box.
Streamlabs wants you to hurt
I,
yourself.
I know.
I have to use two. Oh, she hears me now.
You can?
You did it. Wait. Sorry for the echo for a moment. I'm going to check as well.
I wonder.
Um, yep, there we go. I hear myself.
I wonder. Is it because?
Oh my God, I know what happened.
Can you guys still hear Dan? Oh,
I think they can, and I know exactly what happened.
thank you, Edric.
Of a a a virgin must have lit the blacklight candle.
And now we have Dan. It didn't bring me back. It didn't bring. It didn't take me. Send me anywhere. But we have Dan. That's what happens when you're a virgin and you light the black flame
Yeah,
candle.
thank
You,
you,
you get a
thank
Dan.
you,
You get a
thank
Dan.
you, virgin out there. I don't know who you are, but I really appreciate you.
Well, hello everybody. And yes, I got the hat, a wig. We make it fun here at Retro Recall.
Now,
Occasionally.
you're doing this because you really like the new Marilyn Monroe movie that came out? Is that what it is?
Blonde. There you go. Got a shirt.
Bewitched? You liked that movie Bewitched starring Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell?
Absolutely. Well, look, I had this wig actually. I bought this because I was going to do another skit, and I was like, well, here I could pretend to be Sarah. That's why I made my eyeshadow look this way. This is. I'm just kidding. This is usually my makeup style. I like to get the eyeshadow all the way up to the eyebrows. Yeah.
As one who can only aspire to eyeshadow, I think it looks fine.
Thank you.
And good?
My
Great?
my
I don't know
eyeliner
what's the correct compliment for makeup.
my eyeliner is not just eyeliner. It's the whole lid. It's more like a. It's a like a. Yeah. It's the entire lid.
Why don't you fill in the nose bridge as well? And just kind of like connect to the brow.
Look, that sounds like contouring, and I can't do that. Um, but welcome to our chat. We're here to talk about Hocus Pocus.
Yes, the reviled Halloween film from the 90s. And by reviled, I just mean by film critics. Film critics absolutely hated Hocus Pocus when it came out. This is another Hook situation, but they could not have been more wrong. In fact, I'll admit, I saw Hocus Pocus as a kid, and it really wasn't for me. I didn't really like it that much. And it took me until my wife made me sit down and rewatch it much later that I was like, oh my God, this is like the perfect level of camp. Oh, Mike still can't hear me on Instagram. That's
I'm sorry
odd.
you didn't like it. Okay, I wonder. I am curious. I'm sorry. As a child, what year did it come out? 1993. As a child in 1993.
Yeah, an
Yes.
8-year-old.
God, you and the critics. Get out of here. We all knew it was a hit despite the fact that it was technically a box office flop. Uh it was not a flop, not in our hearts.
No, I look again. It I ended up being very wrong about Hocus Pocus. My opinion on Hocus Pocus was incorrect, and I own that. I own that completely because rewatching Hocus Pocus is an absolute delight.
Mhm.
Bette Midler just
Oh my gosh.
eats the movie.
She
Oh, just like devours every fucking scene she's in. Um, and like I don't know, there is a charm to it that I'm
Mhm.
wondering if I was just in like a bad mood that year. Like I'm wondering if I was just in a bad
1993 was
mood.
rough for you, huh? As what,
And I
nine
just
nine years
yeah,
old? Just it was a hell of a year.
maybe like the turtles didn't show up to my birthday party or something and like I took that very personally.
Right?
I don't
Maybe
know.
you probably had a clown instead. Nobody likes clowns. I'm
Oh
sorry to hear
God,
that.
I would be livid. I hate clowns.
That's why 1993 was the worst year of Dan's life. The rape old age of 9.
No, my mom is the only person I know who is more scared of clowns than I am, so I am not worried.
That was not a memory he had to repress.
Yeah, clowns never made their way into my household, and that is a-okay.
Well, that's good.
But witches, I was a witch for Halloween once.
Really? We're I was gonna say I guess it wasn't a Sanderson sister witch, but
No,
just a regular witch, just a casual witch.
yeah, I was like 2 years old, and I apparently my parents went with witch for my costume, which was fine. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
witch was fine, but yeah, it was literally like that hat and like a black dress.
Yeah, I mean it's simple. I love it.
Absolutely. And when a child is that young, no one knows if they're a boy or a girl,
Oh
or do
no,
they care? So
they
witches are like
they pull it
totally
off.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, I mean, like, I really don't care. Like, I want to dress up as a witch now
Oh,
more
do
than I probably would have as a child.
do it right now.
Well,
We'll
I'd
take.
have to.
We'll be right back, guys. Dan is gonna get in his witch costume.
I think I could pull off a pretty convincing Mary Sanderson.
Yeah, we
I
just
feel like
gotta
that I could do
gotta do
that.
the.
I couldn't pull up the Bette Midler.
You gotta do the. I
I don't have that.
smell children.
I smell children. Yeah, I can do that.
That sounds really creepy, though. It sounded like I don't know, like a stuffed animal saying you smell.
Yeah, I'd have to work on. I don't have what's her name's voice, Kathy Najimy's voice, but I will get there. Najimi, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know.
Najami. Um, Also, can I just say, in the sequel, I absolutely love the fact that they had drag Sanderson sisters.
Oh yes, that was so cute. I loved it.
I don't know why, but there was just something very charming about drag queen Sanderson sisters because, like, it makes sense,
Hmm.
right? Like,
Oh, for
it.
sure. I feel like so
I'm
many like clubs are doing that right now. Well, my friend had she's up in Massachusetts and she actually had a picture with a lot of people in drag as the Sanderson sisters. It was like that's so cool.
they're in now.
Hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
it's so
what
awesome.
do film critics know? Sorry, I don't know if that came in a while ago. I just reopened the chat.
Yeah, I need to move myself. So yeah, we've come to the conclusion that film critics know nothing, absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
and that's
So
why I think we need to become film critics. We need to be what we hate so that we can fix everything that's wrong
we
with the
can
world.
destroy it from the inside out. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I mean, I just don't get film critics because they're like, "Oh, that's terrible," but children love it. It's one of those staples every year, right? When people talk about what is your like top 5 Halloween movies that you have to watch in October, otherwise it's not Halloween. And I would say like 90% of the population. I don't know if that's true. That is not a real statistic, but a lot of people will say it is Hocus Pocus. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Would you say that, if you had to pick a top 5, would Hocus Pocus be on your list for October?
Man.
Would you say that, Dan? Now that you've rewatched it and you've realized how good it is, Would you say that makes it on the top five?
I don't know if I would,
Oh my
but
god, I'm
like,
sorry, ending the stream now.
but listen.
Listening.
I guess it depends on the Halloween season. Like, am I trying to feel the Halloween of it all? Or am I trying to like get into a horror vibe, right? Because when I'm thinking of like horror vibes, I would not want anything like Hocus Pocus. Like
Mm.
this 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 Halloween, I'm feeling very Halloween spirit, where it's like, yeah, Hocus Pocus sounds
Mm-hmm.
great, right? Like, I want the tropes, I want those things. But like, if I'm looking to get like scared for Halloween, you know what I mean? And I think that's
That's
why
just
I
not
don't
it.
know if I'd put it on my top five.
Three powerful witches that can just kill you, but yeah, teenagers took them out. Doesn't scare you. I see how it
Look,
is.
am I saying that the Sanderson sisters as a concept are like not worth it? No, absolutely not. They are terrifying in concept, but like they spend a lot of time singing.
They
And
do. They
they,
do. I love that. You know, I always like a little song, a little jingle before my youth is sucked out of me. You know,
yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like I think that that's like as kind as they could be.
a little dinner and show
Um,
before my life goes. Oh,
exactly.
what's going on? So brother knows. So a mother got famous online because she was on the news saying that Hocus Pocus 2 was of the devil. It is stupid. That is stupid.
No, that's not
That's
stupid because,
crazy.
like, no, there very well might have been a devil in the production of that movie, and we don't know.
That's true. Dan's like, I don't know, that spell really worked on me. The
That
one way or another, I'm gonna get you. And I feel like that really took Dan to heart there. Um,
that that moment for me was not great.
it was no, I put a spell on you. It was I put a spell on you. I mean, it was just orchestrated so well with Max and everything. You know,
Yeah,
screaming, getting up there, and everyone not believing him. It was the build up. Like, well, what do you mean our children are in trouble? And then it's just like, thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction. You know, and so it was like it was just
it
perfectly
was
well done.
perfect.
Versus just walking on stage and be like, one way, oh no, I'm gonna get you.
You know what though? But actually, I think it's a bigger problem, and I think you actually just hit the nail on the head. This is something that has been missing from a lot of these types of movies, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not just talking reboots. I'm talking about like family adventure flicks.
Yeah.
Um, we need to start re-embracing the idea of stupid mom and dad.
Yes. Oh my god.
We really need to like embrace the like idea that kids are smarter than adults more, even though they're not, no
Yeah.
offense, but like we need more like absolutely dumb ass parents who hear like witches are about to eat your kids and they're just like, what does that mean? What's a what's eating a kid mean?
Oh, witch, get out of here.
Get out of here, kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I need more of that. But um also beyond that, in Hocus Pocus 2, we had a little pre-chat before the show, guys. Just a quick pre-chat. I think you hit the nail on the head with like my lapse with it about the actual coven themselves. If you
Mm.
want to expound,
Oh yeah. So like I
I
said,
didn't
I
want to
feel
steal your I didn't want to steal your
yeah,
critique, even though
no.
I agree with it.
I love how Sam was like, no, go on. No, but for real though, like at the beginning, I thought they started off like, you know, we're getting the backstory of the Sanderson sisters, so it's like, okay, you know, we see them as kids and how they become like witches and everything, or not witches, but we, you know, they realize they are witches, and so I'm like, oh gosh, this is cool. So we're gonna focus on them and more of their story, and then it's like, here's three girls. One of them is dating the popular guy, and the other two, you know, are like, man, she hangs out with him too much. She's popular, we're not as much, and it's my birthday. And the problem too, my husband and I were talking, we are like, we don't remember the names of those three girls. Like there was just not enough. I don't know. I felt it felt very on the surface. Like I felt like it didn't dive it just need to dive just a little bit more where you can care more for the coven than the Sanderson sisters, or really focus more on the Sanderson sisters. But it was like they're trying to do in between it, and I can't, I for the life of me I have no idea what their names were.
Yeah. Well, you
I
know what's even more messed up about that
I don't know
is
anybody's
like
name.
the main girl, the one who gets her X-Men witch powers in the
Yeah.
movie. Um, I remember her name as Edward, which is the name that Sarah thinks her name is because she can't remember her name.
Yeah.
So I literally remember the wrong name that was given to her by a character who in the movie is just saying like, I literally cannot remember your name.
Yeah. I say, but we like when it came to the original Hocus Pocus, like I remember the name Max. I remember the name Allison. I remember Danny. I remember Thackeray Binks. I cannot recall any other character other than the Sanderson sisters and Hocus Pocus 2. Like the guy that is running their house, I guess the museum, if you will. I don't know. The mayor, I only know him as the mayor. The only thing I got
Yep.
from that movie was having a really bad craving for candy caramel apples because he was so
Yeah.
obsessed with the caramel apples. I'm like, damn, those do look good.
Well, that was just a subtle way to sell more caramel apples at Disney theme parks.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's 100%. They just want to make sure kids are thinking about candy apples
Oh,
because, like,
they
that
got
was
me
a
thinking.
subplot of the whole film.
The real star was the candy apples, and I am sold.
Yeah.
Sign
Yeah.
me up.
Man, but like, also, sorry, just as a side note, I kept thinking that Cobwebs was going to be Thackeray. Like, I
Oh
kept,
yeah.
but nothing.
Just
Nothing.
nothing. The cat didn't talk, and
Nothing.
Dan was done. That
Cat
should have
didn't
been
talk.
that should have been the
Though
flop. No talking cat. We're done.
Billy came
I
back, and
was
Billy
yeah.
was great.
Billy is. I love Billy.
Billy's story was real. I liked the idea that Billy. I know I won't say what happens in the movie for those who haven't seen it. But I just like how do I want to put this? I like the idea that like the thing he's most affronted by is the idea of being thought of as her lover. Like that's the thing that he's like, that's the line in the sand. Like, absolutely not. I will
Yeah.
not have my legacy be this.
It was like there is her truth, and then there's the truth. And we clarified the truth apparently in Hocus Pocus too.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank God.
let's see. Oh, let's see what the chat.
Burning.
Yeah, Bette Midler is amazing.
Bette Midler is just, I love her. I love her so much.
Mm-hmm.
Truly. I like, I think that was the one I was surprised they got back for Hocus Pocus 2.
Really,
That was in my head, she was the one I didn't think they would get back.
really.
And I
What?
don't know why.
Do you think it's just because like she's just like I mean, well, I was gonna say she's a big name, but so is Sarah. I almost said Sarah Jessica Parker. Wait, that is her name.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's her name.
It's been a long day. Sorry, for a hot minute, it was like Sarah Jessica Parker. No, wait, Sarah Michelle Gellar. All these Sarahs gotta just have two names.
We need two named Sarahs.
Because I was like, oh, uh, different. Buffy, Sarah. Yeah. So I forgot my point, but no, yeah, she's a big name too, right? Sex in the City. So I thought maybe
Sure,
she
but
would be
not
more
not so
difficult, but
much anymore.
they had the sequel, and this is not going to be Sex and the City talk now, but I was just saying like because I feel like she was kind of a big name, I wasn't sure if maybe she would be more difficult to get.
She
But neither of
strikes
them, I
me
guess.
as someone who does more like fun projects though. Like that's I think what it is like I've for as big as Sex in the City was, like if you search her name on iTunes, you're gonna get like a handful of flops as well. Because she just kind of she works. Like
Yeah,
she doesn't seem picky.
she likes it. Do, sidetrack. Do you think First Wives Club was a flop? I know that seemed like a fun role for her. That had Bette Midler in it too.
I love First Wives Club. My wife loves First Wives Club. That is a beloved film in our household. Um, and no, I feel like that one was well received. Actually, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I feel like I take the conversation like this. We will have to review that in the future because I am curious how that movie did. But first
Yeah,
of all,
because
Hocus
that's a
Pocus.
baller movie.
That's such a good movie. We have to review that one. Nothing like reviewing movies that came out 20 years ago. Catch it now.
Hey, that's the point though. Like, look, man, Hocus Pocus, yeah, okay, that's like trending and people know that one because like literally the sequel came out
Hmm.
this year. But like if we introduce someone to a great film that they would have missed because like it's not gonna get a reboot,
Yeah. I mean,
although although First Wives Club reboot as a reality TV show would be dope as hell.
oh,
Like
that would.
celebrities, first wives, all coming together and like doing like a
I
Real Housewives
I would
situation.
watch
That's
the
a show.
shit. I would watch that. I would watch that for sure.
Get Bezos's ex-wife.
Oh my god, that would be so. Oh gosh, no, no.
See?
Harley's like, no, no, no. Let's not say we did. Uh, but yeah, so
Um,
back to Hocus Pocus.
back
Well,
to Hocus Pocus.
well, speaking of these characters, though, what? Who was your favorite character? So forget the second one. Forget everything
Sure,
that came out.
sure.
Right? You know, I'm curious, guys in the chat, and you, Dan. Who was your favorite character?
So I loved Billy. I loved Billy
Mm-hmm.
Butcherson. Um, he was I think he was probably my favorite character in the first film just
Mm-hmm.
because he was the most cartoonish good guy.
Yeah.
Um, and I think I like that more in that type of movie. I'm gonna say it. I love cats. I absolutely love cats.
Yeah.
Um, I hate talking cats in movies. Most of the time, the voice is never quite right. Now, granted, Hocus Pocus gets a pass because that's a person who got turned into a cat, right? So like
Yeah.
I,
They
I get that. But
had to
like
happen.
when I think of like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and like that talking cat or like the talking cats in Sailor Moon, as a trope,
Mm.
typically I just don't like talking cats.
Yeah. Well, they are
But I
freaky.
yeah. But if I can't count number two, then Cobwebs will not be on my list. I really like that smart cat. Um,
To Billy
yeah,
and Binks.
I'd say Billy was my favorite from the good guy side, though
Mm.
like Danny was obviously like cool,
Yeah.
right? Like there I my name was Daniel. I went by Daniel at the time
Hmm.
and like that might have been part of the inspiration maybe for why I had like a 1 year Danny phase. I don't know.
Hmm.
Probably not because I didn't like the movie. But either way, he was cool. But I think from the witches, Sarah was always my favorite.
Yeah.
I
Sarah.
again, I think I gravitate to the cartoonish characters.
Yeah. I did love Sarah because she was hysterical. I mean, just I don't know. I
Come
guess
on,
out of
come on, come on, come on.
and I guess her obsession with the boys was kind of cracking me up. When those two guys are like locked up in those cages, and she's like, like holding them. She goes ah, and they're like, "Help us! I'm gonna throw up." I just love that. She was just
Yeah.
so funny. Or yeah, and like the scene with the when they thought what's his name? Oh, what's his name? But they thought he was the devil, like legit the devil. She's like, "Will
Oh
you
yeah.
dance with me, master?" Things like that. It cracked me up. Like they were just so good. She was so funny,
Yeah.
and I just felt like that
Yeah.
was such a role that's different for her. I guess I don't know. Out of all the things I've watched her do, I feel like that was such the ha ha.
Yeah, she played like that like stereotypical like bimbo character, but
Yeah.
like yeah, she doesn't do that in most things. Like I don't know. She was just very fun. Now, uh, again though, and this is important to note as we talk about favorite characters, Bette Midler eats every scene that she's in. She
Hmm.
is obviously spectacular. I'm just saying, I think my favorite was Sarah.
Okay. His favorite, Sarah. Sure.
Yeah.
He keeps talking about Bette Midler, so I think it's more Bette Midler, but that's fine. He says Danny. He says Billy. What is it, Dan? What is it? Who's it going to be? You can only get one. You can only pick one. Every other
Oh, if
character
I'm
goes.
oh, if I'm only picking one, then it's Billy.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's Billy. Billy's number one.
How about you guys? Anyone out there? Anyone have a favorite character? Good. um,
That was a well done pause.
yeah. I like to only give 2 seconds for people to answer, especially if there's like a delay between audio and response. Yeah, no, I think for me, I think it's Sarah. I did like Mary. Mary was fun.
Mary was very fun.
She was fun. When she got at the end of the movie, when she got the vacuum to fly on, I thought that was funny.
I think Mary, though, to me, was like also the weirdest one. And I don't mean that like an insult. Like, I don't mean like, because she was obviously trying to be like facially weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, she was the one who really talked about eating kids the
Yeah,
most.
she was. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because she kept going, "I smell children," and it's just like, okay, girl, calm down.
Yeah,
We're gonna
like
feed you. Don't you worry.
it,
You're gonna get your little kids soon enough.
it's just yeah,
Baby
it's
stew.
that thing where you have that thought where you're like, yeah, you're very funny, but like overall your creep factor's a little too high.
I think that that's what made her like. I guess that kind of is what made Sanderson sisters a little scary. You got that one that really wants to eat children. The other, you have one that really wants to suck the lives out of children to become youthful. That's Winifred. Then you got Mary who wants to eat them, and Sarah just wants cute guys.
Yeah,
It's very simple.
it's very it's very simple. They have so few requests, and that's why I don't know why the people of Salem have been so shitty to them.
I don't know why they hung them. They were just boys, children, and food.
Exiled them, hung them. I mean, they ran the gamut. They ran the gamut. Um, Please hold just a moment. I have to do something very unprofessional. I have had far too much water. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
So I need you to work on this audience engagement. Consider this your sink or swim moment. Get people chatting. Get the room jumping.
Hi, room. Chat and jump. Did I do it? He's gone. Dan, no! No, get back here! Oh my god, I'm stuck with everybody. Hi, everybody. Uh, just kidding. Well, while we have some time while Dan urinates, we could look up some fun facts. I like fun facts. I don't know about you guys. Did you know, we already talked about that this movie was a flop. Jump! Um, Gosh, Tales from. Okay, I'm like, let me look up facts, guys. Let me entertain you. Each witch had a distinct broomstick. Oh, choreography? Really? Huh. See, oh, you want to know actually what's kind of cool? So many years ago, it was, many years ago, it was 2018. Um, Adam, that's my husband. We went out to California because he like something at work. He did really well, so they flew him out to California, and we decided to go to Los Angeles. And it was really cool because at the El Capitan Theater is where it's basically like that Chinese movie theater. I cannot remember. I don't know if that's like the name, but like where they do the big movie premieres and stuff. Well, Disney basically created his own theater called the El Capitan, and they were doing Hocus Pocus that year, and so it's really cool to go see it in this theater that was just well decorated. And it's kind of cool to think like that's where these big movie stars came to watch Hocus Pocus when it was first released, right? And it was kind of cool because on the bottom floor, like I guess if you will, like the basement, they actually had the Sanderson sister dresses. They actually had the book from the movie. It was really cool to see that all in person. It was kind of neat because before the movie they did a recording with like the director, and he was just saying how it was such a flop, but yet here it is. That is becoming it became so popular, and here we are sitting in the theater right in 2018 watching it. And even then he was talking about how they're planning a sequel, so it's kind of cool like back in 2018 to think about it, and now it's like, oh, here it is. Did I get you jumping?
I think they were all jumping.
Good, good, good. I was just telling them about my 2018 trip to Los Angeles when I got to see the book in person.
Whew. Apologies, everybody. I was like, literally in my head, I was like, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to be fine. It's great. Looked down at the clock and I was like, okay, it's only 20 past. We're fine. Started getting tenser. Looked down and only 3 minutes had passed. And I was like, oh no, it's going to be that. It's going to be that for the next like 40 minutes. I'm going to die.
It's like the
So,
sweat starts building up
anyway,
because liquid has to leave.
what were we talking about? Witches? We talking about Halloween?
I was
Witches?
talking about when I went to the El
Spookies?
Capitan theater. Oh my gosh, actually, it was. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture so then I can just hold it up to. Yeah, when I went to the El Capitan, it was really cool. Like, oh gosh, let me. I don't know. It's just really cool to actually see the dresses in person. It's like that's very neat, Jen. I don't know if that's pictures you just found online, but no, that's when we went to Los Angeles. And we got it was really cool to see like the actual dresses and the cauldron and book and everything. Oh, they also had Nightmare Before
That is
Christmas there too.
cool.
Yeah, highly
Oh,
recommend
like the
El
actual like
Capitan.
clay clay figures
Mm-hmm.
from. That's cool.
Yeah, it was really neat. So, anyways, highly recommend that one area, in Los
Do,
Angeles. Walk.
do you happen to have sorry, this is just me noticing because like your voice clips out whenever you're not talking. Do you happen to have something on that's like trying to cut out the background noise?
I don't think so. Hello. I don't know. It might. I don't know. How's the sound for you guys? Does it sound like I'm cutting it out? Maybe this is my way of trying to engage them.
Yeah, that's fair. We're gonna keep having technical issues until you guys talk to us. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's my settings then. It's probably me because I'm trying to run this through Streamlabs as well to put it on Instagram, so I take the blame for this.
I love that. It's not you, it's me. But yeah, okay, I'm glad we could blame Dan for it then. Oh, perfect. See,
No,
I'm fine. I'm fine. You're the problem.
I'm the problem. It's my problem. It's my issue. And you know what? I'm gonna go up to Salem now. And have you ever been to Salem? I've never been to Salem.
I have. Yes, so I have a friend that lives in Massachusetts and she's like about an hour, maybe an hour and a half away from Salem. So we actually did that in 2016. Let me tell you about all my trips that I went on that oh, you know what's actually very cool because I feel like I just keep running into things with Hocus Pocus. So yeah, when we're
I mean,
actually
that's the point of the show tonight.
but it just works with all the trips that I've been taking years ago.
Oh my God, are you a witch?
Shh. Don't give all my secrets away. But yeah, no, it was like 2016. We went to Salem. It's very cool, very pretty. We went there in September, at the end of September. So they had all like Halloween decorations and stuff out. But you know the very beginning of the movie where you kind of get that overview of like of Salem, right? The houses and stuff.
Yeah.
It was cool because they filmed some of the movie in Salem, and so we actually got to go and go to that area, that little village that they had, and walk around. It was really cool to think like, oh my gosh, like they filmed part of Hocus Pocus here. So it was really cool to just kind of experience that and like see like the house and then watch the movie and be like, oh my god, that was the house, you know. So
Meanwhile, little did you know that like you were only taken to areas where like the extras had been for like background shots.
right, wow, like an extra was standing right here. Still very cool.
Someone stood right here and collected a $75 paycheck at the end of the day for the movie Hocus Pocus.
Very
Wow.
cool. But it was fun. I recommend going to Salem for sure. Um,
It's on my list.
I
I definitely want to check it out.
was like, let me pull out my phone again and show you guys more pictures. That
Do
would
it,
be
you
nice.
won't.
Huh?
Nothing. Don't do it.
No, no, we won't.
Or do it. I mean, like, honestly,
Just
did you
25.
actually get a picture of the Sanderson sisters?
No, no, no. There
Oh,
wasn't like there wasn't anything there that was like cheesy, like oh yeah, Hocus Pocus. It was just literally because I think it was don't quote me on this, but I swear I think they were like real. They're like no, these buildings are real. We're preserving them, so no one was allowed to go inside. So the interior shots and everything were filmed elsewhere. But they're like this is real, and they allowed us to film. We allowed them to film the overhead here, so yeah. But it was really
it's
neat.
not it's not like the town that was Halloween Town, who
No.
fully embraces Halloween Town.
I love that they do that. I love that they make it like a theme like every year
What
on
what town was it? Do you remember?
St. Helen in Oregon, I believe.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we need to plan a trip there. That's right.
Right.
That's on the list now.
And speaking of trips too, so that house like at the beginning, Hocus Pocus, I really love that. Like Max's room where it had the staircase going up. Where was that also in? Was that also in was that in Boston? I can't remember if they filmed entirely in Massachusetts or they did some there and then the rest in Oregon because I feel like whenever they try to do fall like movies, Hollywood, they always go with somewhere in Oregon.
Well, yeah, they go with that because it's like a
Cheap.
couple hour drive out of,
Yeah.
well, short flight, I guess is a better way. But yeah, I if I had to guess, they probably did the Pacific Northwest. Like
Yeah.
I it that movie feels like the Pacific Northwest to me more than it does Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But I do also agree. I love her room, though literally every time I picture her room, I just picture the idea of getting thrown up into the ceiling of it. Like that's just my brain first shot I think of.
Just
Um, yep, every time because it looked so painful to me. I don't know why.
everyone's like, "Man, I wish I had a room like that." Dan, God, I just imagine getting thrown up in the ceiling and breaking my back.
Yeah, every time,
Oh,
every time.
well, very
Man,
fun. Well, actually,
I
just
wish.
go.
Sorry. Go ahead, please.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. I just quickly looked up that house is actually in Salem, Massachusetts. So another fun place to visit. The Danny and Max's house. So
It's oh, so that was in Massachusetts.
yeah, I really thought that was in Oregon. Like I felt like they filmed some
Huh.
stuff, but I guess no, they filmed that most of it, I guess in Salem.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh, but you know what? Yeah, no, I don't know. That's either way, we should. Do you know anyone in real estate in Massachusetts? Because like, get that for Airbnb. It's a Hocus Pocus house.
And if that house is ever for sale, I'll totally buy it. It's probably like 2 million. I'm like, that's fine. I
I'm
will.
not.
I know I can't afford it, but I'll try. Do you
I
guys take that?
can't afford it, but what can I do to put myself in crippling debt? Because I will do that
I
now.
I would for that house. I would. It's pretty cool. And then I could be like,
Yeah,
wow,
but
they
you
filmed
would.
Hocus Pocus here.
You would want. I guarantee you would. Oh, you could set up Max's room to be your stream room.
How cool would that be?
That'd be cool.
See?
That'd be cool.
And that's what I would say. I'd be like, here I am, streaming inside Hocus Pocus house. What's up? Please
Just
sub
like
because
that.
I have to pay for my house.
Guys, I have to stream all day, every day to afford this house, and that is predicated on you, someone out there, donating at least $100 every hour. So please,
Please and thank you. No, I'd probably do something cheesy where I'd set up my house to be all like hocus pocusy and try to like sell tickets so people could walk around my bedroom, my living room. Be like, yeah, that's where Laura
yeah.
Birch
Well,
stood.
I was gonna say, just go get like kids from the local theater to like reenact scenes like every day.
Oh, even better. Oh, but do I have to pay them, or do I just say this is volunteer work?
Yeah, no. This is community service. You're a
Good,
nonprofit.
good. I don't want to get involved in labor laws, child labor
No,
laws
but
here.
here's a question though. Do you worry that owning that house, if the Sanderson sisters come back, they might come for you?
I'd be like, no, I'm not a child. I have no youth left. I use a lot of creams. I can highly recommend some Sanderson Sisters. But, yeah, Yeah, no, trying to attack me. It's just, it's not. But I could point you in the direction of children.
Okay.
That would be my answer.
Okay. That's
A terrible, terrible person thing. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say that might literally be like the worst thing. Like I'm you are now the worst person in the Hocus Pocus universe. You are worse than the Sanderson sisters. You are the adult who is aware of what the Sanderson sisters want to do to children, who, when confronted by them, goes, I know where kids are.
Yeah,
Just
because
saying.
I don't want her green little laser coming at me and shooting me. That's look painful. Look painful in the movie. I don't want to turn into a cat. I don't want to turn into a cat.
I
So I feel like
do.
oh, children's.
Why would you not want to be a cat? You no longer have to worry about anything.
I can't eat
You're a
pizza.
cat. Yes, you can.
I
You're a
can't.
cat.
Okay, as a cat, I can't waltz up in a Chipotle and be like brown rice, chicken. You know. Well, actually, I could because I'd be a talking cat. But that would
You'd be
freak
a
them
talking
out.
cat.
That would freak them out.
Sure,
Actually,
the first time, then they get to know you and you become a thing that they're then comfortable with. And you've got Chipotle friends who will literally
yeah.
never charge you for the burrito they make you because you're a fucking talking cat.
You're right. I won't tell them where the children are located then.
See? I'm just saying, you got to think these things through.
And I was thinking here. I need to go there. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I
you were so concerned about preserving what you are now that you weren't thinking about the possibilities of being a cat.
for life. Wow.
Honestly, I don't know why he was complaining so much about. Look, the immortal life thing kind of sucks. I'll give him that. Like the fact that he was like stuck forever. But like at least he didn't have bills forever.
Yeah, but it's still stressful because he does have to make sure nobody lights the black flame candle because unlike me, he's actually trying to protect the children of Salem. And so
Yeah,
it's like stressful. Every Halloween he knows, here we go, got the dumbass kids coming back in trying to light the flame and it's to me it's like that's way more stress than I would want as a cat.
I feel like cats. Do you have you owned cats before?
Yes, actually we have one.
Yeah, cats love scaring everything. They they love jumping on you when you least
That's true.
expect it. The cats live for hunting kids playfully.
So the cats are basically Sanderson sisters in a
Yeah.
feline form.
Yes, honestly, the Sanderson sisters, I feel like they changed him into a cat as a way to like honestly keep him near them forever because like of course they're gonna love a cat.
Yeah. Honest, honestly, if I was Binks, I don't know if I want to go as a ghost form. Being a cat seemed kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if you had a choice, right?
I don't
You
know.
were Binks and you could continue living forever and ever, or I guess reuniting with your family in the afterlife. What would you choose?
Yeah, I guess so that's really the question is like
Yeah.
it's in that moment, do I believe there's an afterlife? And I guess if I've been around for like 300 years, I'd probably be like, at this point, I'm willing to find out.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time
Yeah,
because he hasn't
you know what I
experimented with
mean?
Chipotle.
Yeah, there wasn't a Chipotle around at that point. He didn't, he, think of all the things he missed out on.
So
My
close.
God.
But
He didn't see Hook.
yeah, no, he did not. He didn't get to see Hocus Pocus too.
He did not get to see Hocus
he
Pocus too.
he did not get to stop them ladies from coming back.
He never got to subscribe to Disney Plus at all.
No, no. But
He missed the reconnaissance. He missed out on all that.
he oh, poor Binks. But yeah, he's back with what was her name? Emily? Was it Emily? Amelia? Emma?
Yes,
All I hear is Thackeray
Emma.
Binks, where are you? Was it Emily or Emma? Does anybody remember? She had like she was in the movie for
Em-
5 minutes. Emily? I'm trying to think.
5 whole minutes.
I'm trying to think of his voice going, Emily, Emma. It's
Emma.
probably doesn't even begin with an E. It's probably like Mary. Was it? Do you guys remember? I could Google this, but I'd rather
No, we
somebody else
don't
tell me.
Google here. We assume. Make up her
Eh.
name, and that is the name that she has always had.
We changed the storyline here at Retro Recall. Um,
We do whatever the hell we want to on this podcast. Damn it.
it's our stream.
Well, what's the rule? You get more attention on the internet by stating something incorrectly than the truth because everybody wants to correct you. So
So they'll have a field day with us. We're gonna be real popular soon. Woo!
we're getting there. That's for dang sure.
Oh, absolutely. So, I guess maybe we could just start off. Let's just restart the podcast. So, Hocus Pocus is actually about three salamanders that are trying to take over the world one lizard thing at a time. Correct me.
Yep, yep. And they eat a young boy named Anthony Binks.
Who
But it's spelled
has
with an E, but the E is pronounced like an A.
who has a brother named Emilio who uh yeah, I can't keep this up.
It was
The
Emily, by the way. I
was
did Google it.
oh, it was okay. It was
Yeah,
Emily.
it is Emily. It was Emily, not Emma. But in saying that, I think Emma was the name of the girl in Hocus Pocus 2. I think her name was Emma.
Was it? I like I said, I cannot recall Anthony. We do. Edric and I we love Anthony. Anthony, who's not in Hocus Pocus, but he's in that game Eternal Darkness, and we just really feel for him. You know what? He needed a little Sanderson. He needed a potion, suck the youth out of
Who
children to get his
doesn't?
skin back. He was kind of
Man, I
falling apart.
I gotta say, and this is of course going to deviate from Hocus Pocus, but like, how are you liking Eternal Darkness? I just want to know how much you're enjoying that game because I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
it's dated in a lot of ways, but
Oh yeah. Well, I'll say this: it's not retro recall if we don't deviate from the topic on hand. So,
of
but yes,
course.
Eternal Darkness is fantastic. We just started chapter 9 tonight, so I'm liking it because I thought I was just gonna play this whole month. I was just gonna do very scary games just to be scared, and I was recommended that. But I'm actually really enjoying it. So I'm like, okay, I'm actually gonna finish this. I'm not gonna just do it for a night and then move on. So yeah, and Anthony is our buddy. That was our favorite chapter. We
That's
we wish
Anthony's a great chapter. Wait, actually, let me make sure I'm thinking of the right character.
he's the one who like opened up like the scroll that was meant for Charlemagne and like powder hit his
Yeah,
face and then he started like like decaying. So I mean,
yep,
if anybody needed the Sanderson potion to suck the suck the youth out of children, it's
he
probably
did.
him. He got
I
he got sick real quick.
ugh, my favorite was the guy who got locked in the loony bin for the rest of his life.
Oh,
Um,
Maximilian, I think. Max.
Maximilian, that's right.
You know, we're able to tie it back to Hocus Pocus. Max, who is also a character
Max,
in Hocus Pocus. Yeah,
yeah.
Max spent his life, yeah, in an insane asylum. So,
I'll say one thing on Eternal Darkness. This is just a cool little factoid that I don't think you may have learned while you were playing, but um, the factors in the game, those insanity meter things that happen
yeah.
to you, um, for example, like when the volume of the game starts freaking out, or the walls start
Yes.
bleeding, and I don't know if. Oh wait, you're playing it on an actual GameCube, right?
Yes, I am playing it on the GameCube. Original console, baby. Right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So all those things that it does to mess with you, like when it makes it look like the GameCube turns off, when it makes your TV look like it's flipping out, like all of
Yes.
that stuff, they literally had to, like, the game studio worked hand in hand with Nintendo to develop that technology, and like literally it is patented technology to
That's
Nintendo now, the
so
idea of like pranking your players with these types of features.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's like, is my TV gone wrong? And I think a couple times I probably was blaming the GameCube being old, but I guess it's just it's actually the GameCube being like, no, girl, you're going insane because my green
Yeah.
meter is going down.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I didn't
they did
realize
that to
that.
you on purpose, just like the Sanderson sisters led those children quite on purpose back to
Mhm.
their home to devour them. How
Right.
many kids did they need, by the way?
I don't know. It seemed like they just actually I have no idea for eternal youth.
Oh, you know what? You know what though?
I had no idea
Was
for.
the point in the first movie that they were going for eternal youth, or was it that they had one night and they were going to kill all the children?
So I think they had one night, and but they needed. What was the concept? They had one night, but they needed, I guess, I don't know if they needed to get to a certain point, because at the very end, um, Sarah was like, "Oh, but Winnie, look at all the children. We could just, use them and make more tomorrow for the potion." And she's like, "No, I want the little girl. Danny. They wanted specifically, I think, Danny because Danny pissed them off. So yeah, what do you guys remember? Now I can't really remember. Like I think they just needed something, maybe the children for a little bit, just and then they can make it till the morning, and then keep sucking the lives out of
That's what
children.
I'm looking. I'm looking it up now. But if anyone else remembers specifically what their evil plot was,
Because there was a point where it's like Winifred did really kind of ruin it, where like she was so focused on Danny, but they had all those kids coming. So really, they could have just picked any kid, sucked the life out of that kid, and then in theory been fine.
oh, yeah, literally, that is exactly it. So it was that they were only going to be back for All Hallows Eve,
Mm-hmm.
and when it was over, they were going to disintegrate. Uh, but they needed to suck the essence out of at least one child. That was it. One.
And they could, and they got a little
And
too.
because they were so obsessed with Danny.
When you find that one special person. So they thought they could suck the life out of all the kids and then be eternally young. Okay, that's right. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, look, that's pretty classic witch, right? Like I feel like
classic witch.
look, I think witches. So I really actually appreciated in Hocus Pocus 2 the fact that the guy whose name I can't remember um, thought that the Sanderson sisters were ahead of their time.
Hmm.
Um, like I do feel like ultimately most witches are only labeled such purely just because massage. Oh wait, sorry. They just have never seen that many kids before. Yeah. So they thought they could suck the life out of all the kids and then be eternally young. That's right.
It's a nice theory. It's a good theory. They're onto something.
Um, but yeah, I think that ultimately most witches are just women who probably didn't care about religion or the opinion of patriarchs in their lives.
Oh
And I
yeah.
feel like that's really all it took to be labeled as such. So, like, I appreciated that Hocus Pocus 2 did give us a little bit of that and been like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Look, the Sanderson sisters, they tried to eat kids, but like, you know,
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they said "damn" and they're like, "It's a witch." Like what really probably really happened in Salem, right? During the witch trials, it's like, "Oh, did you look at my husband, you devil?" You know,
yeah,
someone
that's all it
questioning a,
takes.
someone questioning a man. Uh, I need you to do this. Oh, I can't right now. Witch. I don't know.
Witch
And I
burner.
mean, you read a book, you're a witch. You can read, you're a witch, right? But the Sanderson sisters did try to eat children, so it's like they were really like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, again, the
And they could
Sanderson
read.
sisters,
They could read too, so
at least one of them could read. I cannot confirm that the other two could.
which made her a witch.
God, but what a witch she was. Bette Midler. I'm just looking at her face right now in the stream podcast. Like, what a witch.
Yeah, she's
She
great.
was like to me. Oh man, you know what? Here's the big question. This is This is the moment. Who is the more iconic witch figure to you? Her or the Wicked Witch of the West? Like which comes more to mind when you're thinking of witchcraft now or witches in general?
Yeah, like if someone was like, think of like an evil witch, right?
Not even necessarily evil, just a witch, a traditional like a witch. What does a witch look like to you? Which obviously like the hat, that's a trope that's kind of past
Yeah.
time, but still, just in general.
Well, I say I feel like I have to go with evil witch because I feel like there's been so many movies about. Because if somebody said witch, I'd immediately think Charmed Sisters. I love Charmed. So to me, I would think like, oh, if someone says witch, I'm thinking like Phoebe Piper and oh god, I forgot her name. Phoebe Piper and Prue. But if you're like an evil witch, I'm gonna throw a game changer out here. If somebody said witch, I wouldn't even think of Wicked Witch of the West. I wouldn't think Sanderson Sisters. I would think of that witch from that movie. I think it's just called Witches. Have you ever seen that?
Oh,
You know, in that scene
yeah.
in the
And
conference
Angelica
room.
Houston.
Yes, yes. Like
Yeah.
that's like if you're saying scary witch freaks you out, that is the image that pops up in my head. And
Oh my
like
God.
that movie terrified me. That movie scarred me.
Same, but I loved it as a kid. I
Yes, and
agree.
Paige.
It scarred me. I was terrified of it, but I always wanted to watch it.
Yeah. It's so, and they had the remake with Anne Hathaway, but I haven't seen that one. But I just, yeah, Angelica Houston is just so good. And that
How
movie,
are you gonna
like
top that?
that scene, like I said, when they in the conference room, and they're like, "All right, witches," and they like take off like basically their human skin to be their true selves. It's like, ugh. So
Oh, that was so cool.
that's probably the top for me. And yes, Paige, the other Hallowell sister.
Of course. What's your feelings on Supernatural? That's the other one.
I've only seen like a few episodes, so
All
but I
right,
really
cool,
want to
cool, cool, cool.
watch it.
That's the other witches I would like. I guess they're more witch hunters. I don't know what they are.
I gotta, I think it's on Hulu. I think it's on Hulu, and I want to watch it. So, one of these days.
It's recommended to me. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's always positively recommended to me. But you know me, I prefer recalling retro things.
It's true. Well, if we wait long enough, it'll be retro.
I guess that's fair. Couple years.
Oh, but last final question. I'm curious if anybody could pick a Sanderson sister to be, what would you want to be? Which one of them would you want to be for a day? If you could be a Sanderson sister that's alive on Halloween. Thank you, Max.
Can I be one of the like? Could I choose to be Thackeray Binks? Maybe I don't want to be a Sanderson sister. Could I choose to be a talking cat for a day?
I said a damn witch, didn't I? Now pick a witch.
Okay, I was just checking. I
But
was just
okay,
checking.
no,
I
you
was
could be
just checking.
Thackeray Binks.
No, because if I'm choosing a witch, I'm gonna choose Sarah.
Oh, here, then you want my
Just
wig?
because. Yeah, give me the wig if you don't mind. I would choose Sarah so that way because I feel like she has the least pressure in the group.
That's true. Oh, that's
If I'm
true.
only getting one day, I want one day where I get to be like a chill witch.
Yeah, because she really lives in the moment. She really is just
Yeah.
minute by minute, she's taking it all in. I think for me, I don't know. I would want to be Winifred because I just want to know what it's like to sing like that. That's it. I just want to be able to sing and just entrance an entire town.
Well,
But the
apparently you just need to get up on stage and do that. You just do it in the middle of nowhere and it works.
but if I actually sung, people would tell me to get off stage. There is a reason why I was never on stage in theater, right? But if I was Bette Midler, right? I just want to sing. I put a spell on you, and everyone's like, "Wow, damn, she's good." And that's
Bette
why.
Midler, Bette Midler is 90% confidence, 10% talent.
Well, then I wish I had her confidence, and plus, she seems like the strongest witch out of them all. I think.
I mean,
So
yeah,
I would have
absolutely, no
fun
question.
doing like
That's
witchy stuff.
too much pressure for me. I don't want to be the one calling the shots of a coven. I want to be a coven member. I don't want to be the head of a coven.
That's true. Plus, she gets a little too like focused on the kids, on teenagers. It's like you got one shot, and you're really focused on Max and Danny and Allison. Like, chill out.
Yeah, you guys like really need to just like maybe rein it in a little bit.
Yeah. Work on your priorities. You got like 5 hours.
Yeah. Well, what's nice here, so I realized we went 2 minutes over here,
Oh,
but what's cool, I realized because I had to double check what our next topic is. I love that we're literally running over from Hocus Pocus, this side of the 90s, to Scream, the other side of the
we're
90s, the Wes Craven era.
Well, it's funny. Earlier in our chat, we're talking about like your top 5 Halloween movies, and you said when you think Halloween, are we doing like fun Halloween? Are we doing horror Halloween? So, yeah, I guess we just went from, yeah, your top 5 fun Halloween, Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, to your scary slasher, Yeah. So,
Man, and Scream, look, I can't say much now because I want to save it, but like I love that first Scream movie. My
so
God,
good.
I love that first Scream movie. I need to watch the new one, which I have not yet, but I hear is very good.
5 or 6. I don't know if 6 came out, but I've seen 5. But
No,
apparently there's
there's
a
one
6.
out. They one came out I think last year, just called Scream again.
Is it Scream again? Or just
No,
Scream?
just Scream though.
Which is Scream again.
Please hold. Let me double check. Newest Scream movie. It was uh yeah, it was just called Scream. Um, but yeah, I many people, many friends whose opinions I trust on films, said that it was like the best of the Scream sequels to date.
Oh, what?
So
Even better than Scream 2 with, what's his face, jumping on a table, singing, I
yeah,
think I love you, but what am I so afraid of? See, this is why I want to be
God.
Bette Midler for a day. I can't sing.
I was cringing at the scene, not your voice. I was
Okay.
cringing at the
Okay.
memory of the scene.
Viewers are like, no, we were cringing at the voice.
Oh man. Well, on that note, do we have the bot yet, or how do
Oh,
we
well,
post our socials?
yeah, here we go. So, yeah, if you guys haven't, uh,
Oh,
I got to add
whoa.
some more. But we have our YouTube, so we post our entire video on there if you don't get a chance to watch it tonight, or before the VOD disappears on Twitch. We also have an Instagram page. That way we usually update it with, you know, updates. But eventually I have to add our TikTok on there. So, yeah. There you go. Click,
Sorry, that was like
follow.
so cool how quickly you did that to me. I don't know why. It just like blew my
It's
mind.
like magic.
Yeah, like I didn't expect it to just happen. But yeah, now I know. And I threw it up in Instagram as well, but of course I realized that Instagram doesn't allow links. So for those of you who are on Instagram, make sure that you follow here. We're figuring out the Instagram streaming a little bit more at the moment. I'm just running this through Streamlabs OBS, so this is just a quick mirror. But in the future, we are hoping to add a little bit more interactivity as well. So please make sure that you are subscribed here, subscribed on Twitch,
Mhm.
subscribed on YouTube so that you can watch along. Hell, we might start streaming live on YouTube as well. Might as well just like rope one more computer into our dirty work.
Right? Absolutely. Get these computers to work for us before they go against us like in Terminator.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the more they see our face, the more likely they are to be our friends.
Right? They'll spare us in the future.
Yeah. I love Terminators.
Oh my gosh, they're fun. Computers and technology is great.
I can't wait till we do talk about Terminator though. That's another topic we'll definitely have to get to.
Oh, for
Specifically
sure.
T2. But anyway.
Oh yeah, 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 for sure. But all right, I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone who hung out with us and chatted with us. It was fun. Always love Hocus Pocus. Anytime to talk about it, it's always a good time.
Yeah, one way or another, I'm gonna recall ya.
He's
Recall ya.
gonna recall
No,
you, recall you, recall you.
it didn't
One way.
work.
No, it
It's
didn't.
I'm just gonna go and mute and shame.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, brother. No.